Hey, NASDOG, we get the best dope on the markets. I am your host, Alan Palmer, old floor trader. We're going to talk about, there's a lot of stuff going on here. We're going to talk about today's markets. It is Wednesday, hump day, May 13th. Okay. We have some crude here. You know, I have a little lesson. Let's start out with a lesson, okay? This is an intraday day chart here. I had a couple. Here, I got two sets right here. These are very small, okay? And when I'm not exactly sure, when it's not really that clean here. So, but here's the thing. These are oranges. Now, hang on a second here. If you have a data skew, okay, and this is why when you're using free charts, you have no clue. But notice before I change the duration on that chart, that green one that just went up to today's high, okay, upper left-hand corner, 103.67 is the high. So either of those oranges got filled today. Pretty close to the top, okay? Nothing's out of the woods. I think we look to sell rallies in crude oil. You know, I'm not saying take them home short, but if you're looking for peace or something like that, these are all issues now. Trump has landed in China, okay? So, besides yesterday's question, which other people, man, they can't even comprehend it. They freak out. What if Trump got assassinated? What would you do? This is a question for you. What would you do? What first market? Give me a first market. Anyway, while you're thinking of that, so we did not close over this, okay? I'm just giving you little hints. And then this next bar here at 936, 103.39, you know, because then that was the trade right here. You know, I thought that over here too, and you get stopped out and then you just, waited, and actually orange is a money manager special. Okay, now let's go to a daily. Oops, I double key punched that in. Okay, so on a daily here, okay, so we got up to oranges. Okay, this is a daily chart, so sometimes I'll have a chart on here and the data will be a little different. Same exact chart, same exact pivot points, same exact formulas. Anyway, 103.36 was this green, which actually you can make a case now in hindsight that, so if you were selling this green and you had this data, okay, and then up here would be the other two oranges up there, okay? 103.91. Oops, hang on. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll do that again. I'll go to the other one so you can see that level there. You could see the chart. You couldn't see the price, okay? So see the green at 103.36 right here. Okay, here's the two greens are right here. And look at this. Yesterday we closed here. That's why I didn't know, And here we go out there and we make a new high by $1, and a half round down. So so write these numbers down, okay? Because if you're in the middle of the day session, and let me go back and put that on let me go put it back on my 48-minute chart. Yeah, that's silver over there. Here, hang on a second here. We're going a little crazy. Okay, this is that intraday chart, okay? So this uses different data, okay? And this is how we did it. Okay, so here like you're going to make a play with it. It looks like that's pretty pivotal also. Here it's the high, here it's the close with an inside bar, so they're selling it. Here the algo brings it right up there. The market trades right up there. And then all of a sudden here on the way down here. So we're so we really didn't get a break here all day yesterday. We haven't gotten a break here since we gapped down here. And, and then the low was the final day. And actually, there's the 830 bar. So that's crude oil here. Hold on. This is silver. Okay, this is a weekly silver chart. Okay, yeah, this is breaking out. Okay, silver's a wild animal, and it's too bad. We were just at 72.60 last week. Let's go here. This is a 3-minute chart. Okay, look at where this is. This is at 86.95. Here, hang on a second here. This is silver. Hang on. Yesterday we got down to 83.83. Oh, here. You know what? Here, let me put up a 12-minute chart here. Let's see here. Okay, right here. Okay. So we were coming down here. Okay, this was after 72. We rallied up to 87. Okay, we spiked down here. Okay, and then here we spike down, make a new low. You come here, test this. You come down here. I did have one guy, actually a pit trader, and we just got down there and said buy it at the market. Which we talk about that. You could either put a buy stop over the market because we were going down. And we bought them at 83. Actually, we bought them at 83, 83, 72 or something like that. Yeah, 67 was the low, And then this is where we are now. This is where we are now. We just hit 90. So maybe there was some strike prices open in there, like the large calls. Because let's go look at beans here. Okay, here, these are these long-term trend lines here, So here the last couple of days, listen, you say, oh, yeah, I'm getting tired of them, Well, they're long-term, and maybe this guy gave up under here, and then you got a tail, and then you came back. Okay, so this was a long-term breakout, another one. Okay, and this is how, as a matter of fact, this might be like a head and shoulders top, actually. This might be a head and shoulders top, which, as a matter of fact, I'm going to take it off. Remove that trend line. Okay, so this is where beans are. This is in 24, so these are 2-year highs. Okay, when was this? Was this the fall? This is May. I don't know. But here we did top. Here you got this China risk here, and the funds have flipped long. So that's soybeans. Take a glance at some of those levels here. This is corn. Okay, here we got a big green over here. Here, green, orange, olive, up at $5. Yeah, you got another one. Is that the all-time high? Oh, okay. No, oh yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, no. Okay, these aren't huge. Okay, these aren't huge. Okay, but these are trading tools. Here was the green the first time on the way up. So think green, sell, green, orange. Okay, and then so you're breaking, okay, and then here you come up again. It's a big number. This will probably be a big number, when we get over it. Otherwise, you can see we failed here. So 483 and a quarter, 483 and 3/8. That's what that is. This is wheat. Wheat was limit down. You could tell I live in the burbs, huh? That wouldn't be noise in the city. So here we can see I have open interest here. You don't have to here 446, and I think this has gone up about 426. So during this break and this rally, open interest has gone up 20%. Funds might still be short. Okay, but they're probably long. So beware here. Over 680 here, 711, 737. You can see these are just some trend lines. So that's in wheat here. Let's go to the bean oil because this is kind of like crude, okay? And here's another one here. We hit the thin olive, broke 300. That was a nice little trade. It came so fast. I call people, because we wanted to buy the green, okay? And I'm going to show you one. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to it right now. We're talking charts. We're talking patterns that you want to learn, okay? And why you want to come back here. Okay, cattle. All right, this is the one that was really perfect, and I should have had an alarm on this down here. If you get over, this is an olive line sell. Okay, here, look at this, and then here we get under it. Okay, here we go to all-time highs. This is all-time highs. Do we have any? Yeah, no, yeah, those were all-time highs. Yeah, it looks like this was an old high, maybe from last year. And then we broke. We get back. I leave these on here. These are not. They can be pivots, okay. But this is an olive line sell. This is violated. It should be off. The reason I leave it on is because that's the green we want to buy. And then here, look at this. This was the first hour today. Oh, the 12th. This was yesterday. Okay, this was yesterday, and this was in the August. Okay, so we closed down here. We opened up. Okay, so the big guy, he's wanting to buy cattle, okay, and he's good with paying 70 cents back over, but it closed under. Here, the day before, it was the low. Okay, so that's the methodology, okay? And so what do we got here? And okay, so we're just going to look at these cattle here because we also had the green here at 233 in the... outside down 30-minute or opening bar. And then look at this. You follow the see, they just started buying it. The algos just start buying it. Here we are up by a weekly here, okay? 235 half. 52, I lied, okay? Here it was exact. Okay, here we traded over. They tried to get some stops. Did we? Oh, yeah, it looks like the volume picked up a little bit there. You know, it's only 193, but it is in the back month. Okay, so, you know, that's constant volume. You don't get that, okay, if you're using free charts. So, and then let's look at this is in the next month up, the August coming forward here, coming closer to summer, because that was December, October. This is in the August here. This was the old Olivine sell. Okay, and then here you got those green X's and a trend line right here. If in fact you were looking for, you know, there's 4 levels right here. You know, your stop goes under. And but anyway, that just got back down to this. Now let me show you the front month, okay? Because this is, we're getting ready into delivery here, and I gotta tell you, man, you know, it looks like I have no idea if they're gonna squeeze, okay? But here's this trend line down here from March's low to, what is this, April's low over here. And we hit it 2 days, or no, it's the blue one. Okay. Oh, and then this red one I just drew because I thought that would be important here if we broke, which was like this morning. I'm like, okay. So anyway, but this is where we are. You can see old highs, and these are last year's highs. Okay. So that's what it looks like in the front month there. Okay, enough of cattle. I'm sorry to bore you with that. But if you do like cattle, so this was the bean oil here. Okay, we came up here, broke to 300. Okay, here's what I see right here. You know, so I highlighted it. You know, just if you're really playing it tight, you know, say you're day trading, you know, you sell whatever, man. Sell 5 contracts and have a 10, 12 tick stop. 12 tick stops. You can trade with 12 tick stops. You know, you just figure out which levels here. 48 was the high. The next bar up was, wow, 47. You know, I'm not saying that you would have said anything, but if you were selling this and you're like, okay, you know what? This stuff came from this thing came from 49 to 77. Okay, so this has had a really large rally. As a matter of fact, here, let me go see if I can get one of these on a daily, okay? This is the October. See it right here? Okay, I'm going to scrunch it a little bit more here. 62. What was it? Oh, that's only in March? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 49. This is where we closed the year. Okay. So 49 up to 72. Okay. So here's the meal right here. This is going to be an area here if looking to sell it. This is soybean meal. Okay. Now, you say, okay, you got some olive extremes. Okay, this one was hit. We broke. Okay, and then here we are here. We're trading for hours all day. Is this the 830 bar? Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 highs right here within $2, if less. Okay, so we'll watch this. If you were looking to sell this, you know, this is an area. You'd have a stop in here. And I said that 2 bars ago here, and you would have gotten stopped out. You know, maybe. Well, yeah, 38.60 was the high. You know, because I'm looking at it tight, okay? If you're looking to, you know, where you sell with a $5 stop, I wouldn't even go $5 stop, though. You could do 2.5 max. So, and by the way, we rallied $2.50 over this thin olive, okay? Which I guess, you know what, you're going to have stops over there. But somebody sold it off here, so... So keep an eye on meal. You know, if you're looking to sell meal, that is a level. You can see I don't have much above that. Look at that. Okay, $15, $20 higher are my next levels. You know, so this is, and it seems like it's high emotion here. Trump is in China, and here we got a little bounce going on in crude oil here. So I think we're going to call this a wrap. Should we go look at copper? Oh, you know what? Here, hang on a second. Yeah, okay, here, hang on a second. Let's go look. Okay, so now notice these pages. You can pause that. There's meal spreads. We should probably look at meal spreads here one of these days. Softs here. I want to look at copper. Where the hell is copper? OJ, you need any of these? And these are all cotton. Okay, so it's 12:40 p.m. here. Here, look at this silver here. Comes off a buck off the high, buck 30 off the high. So this is later in the day here. We got the meal still hanging around in this level here. 337-ish. Both of the 337.5. That's the big one here. And that's wheat and corn and beans. Not much change. So if you need anything, you need something to add to your algo, you're like, hey, what are those greens, or what are the sevens or the diamonds or anything like that? Let's talk. Each one of those things cost me in the day, each one of them 50 grand. By the time if I spend 10 years, yeah. Email me arp@nasdog.com. Always use a risk stop to stop the risk. Because if you don't, then you're selling when you have to and not when you want to. Thanks for watching.